Just gonna check on the. Yeah, da 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 da.
Yes.
Really, it's January to March is that time.
Yeah, of course, he was involved in the guy down in Naples. He's another guy who's
Okay, there you go. Is Bob going at all in Naples? Or?
I think they're going to go the last few days and then down there, and then we'll fly down there and then we'll fly back out to Palm Springs. Yeah, the other guy, of course, has a place up in Sarasota.
Okay.
So he may come down with boxes there. That'd be fun. You said your band sounded good this weekend.
Yeah, Bob Judge just
He said he was curious about how it was.
called me.
He said he was wondering if his conference maybe this is.
Yeah, they were great. And we listened to her. They were very good. It was interesting because we got good scores. We were second in our division in music, which was great. And we couldn't march the score. The visual effects score was real low. Like, yeah, we came in like last place in our division. But I mean, we got the highest score we've ever had in Scholastic. I mean, we don't only do one a year. But like, it was like we really didn't like that our show was great. And I told the kids like, this has nothing to do with it. It's all on me or like. I designed the show for an MSBOA performance, so I don't do all this.
Well, that's one thing he was saying. He says he thinks that's he doesn't like that category for that very reason.
Yeah, it's nothing to do with the kids.
There's nothing to do with the
No, I don't even think it really matters that much. So what if your card went like this and picked up a flag and did that? Like I don't think about me like when I'm on the show.
And then I guess they have a lot of.
I think if you do a good balance of competition.
Yeah, right. We do a couple of the elements, but like at some point it's just like, well, you're wearing a hat and like better in it. Like it plays a lot.
When you get right down to it, it's much. It's kind of like my feelings about this.
No, I was just gonna play. Yeah, there's people coming in.
Yeah. Oh, no, I wouldn't do that even now. I'd find myself in much less today.
It's like I can't tell how. I can't tell if I'm like
History perception or actually
meant to or probably pretty good.
taking that.
Yeah. Wish I didn't have to go to school tomorrow. Yeah. No, I like it's on Friday and it's just like there's so much.
Oh, yeah, of course.
This year is weird. I just never caught up. Like usually it never happens. It's crazy and then I catch up. Like, I'm never caught up. I've read that with my nation by the first. Like I have like so much to do.
They had nothing. Yeah, it was all.
It was like 3 days. It was just like working nonstop and all caught up.
I hated being absent. Doing a lesson, you know who's going to follow anyways.
Yeah.
It's just a waste of day.
Yeah, really.
And with that block schedule, missing one day is like losing half a week.
That's right.
All right, guys, let's do it. Husband band Sunday.
So that's on 1790. I wouldn't listen.
Now you got me thinking.
I hope I did.
That's why I did buy an electric violin.
Yeah, I wouldn't take a chance. That's why you bought it, then use it.
We start with Mark. You ready?
You ready, Zoe?
Good order?
Zoe, you're kicking us off here. I'm not counting wrong. I'm also waiting for, just something there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
Hello, Shatikva. How are you? Chag Simchat Torah. Who's ready to roll out the Torah? Yes. All right. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong side. Okay, this one, the dance floor is officially open. So come on and dance. I see some maybe potential dancers over here. This is a Latin klezmer tune, klezmerengue. Thank you. How about a round of applause for the dancers? All right, we're going to do another funky tune for you now. This one is called Lembe. Yeah, so cute. Where's my Lembe? I guess I did. Maybe not. Oh, yeah. There you go. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, Shir Tikva. Rabbi, are we ready?
I think we might have time. I think let's put one more.
Let's do it.
And then we'll get the tour of the Torah going.
I love it.
Okay.
One more. All right, we're going to do a classic klezmer tune for you. This one is entitled Odessa Balgar. Hope you enjoy.
excited to welcome them back again for our Simchat Torah celebration and ritual. I think it's important to just mark what a week this has been in our for our people. As you all, I know, are holding your breath to the way that I was. To be back together on Simchat Torah 2 years later, celebrating and also holding pain and sorrow at the same moment is really special. I don't know if you remember, but if you were here 2 years ago on October 7th, one of the things that I did with some of my colleagues in Israel was ask, like, what do you need? How can we be helpful? Like, how can we support you? And they said to us, your job now is to celebrate Simchat Torah in the biggest way that you can, right? To do something Jewish and out loud and live in joy was what they needed from us at that moment. And we did that then and are going to do that now. I know we're all holding a lot of different feelings and emotions. We're holding a lot of different the realities for so many. It's painful and wonderful and so much. So I just want to acknowledge where we are in this moment as we pray for Israelis to be able to settle and for Palestinians to be able to start rebuilding and for peace to last. And I know you are all holding them too. So as we mark this holiday together, I know that is in our very front of our minds. So let's celebrate, offer some joy. As you know, we're going to do the famous CS Tour de Torah, and so we're going to need all of your help to spread out, to hold up the Torah, to go through it, because today is Simchat Torah, the celebration of the Torah, which means we read the end of the Torah and we go directly to from the end to the beginning. Mm-hmm, you're right. Correct. Excellent. I teed that one up. That was good. So We are going to ask you all to put on some gloves to help us do this. We're going to read through the Torah and see the different spots. We might stop at a bar mitzvah portion or two. We'll see who's here, who's ready to do that. And so you'll need some gloves. And we're going to ask you adults to spread out. If you have not yet had a bar mitzvah, I'm going to ask you to stay in the center with me because we're going to need taller people, although, I'm an adult that's not that taller. So to help us hold the Torah as we unscroll it, and we're going to get started celebrating. How's that sound? Yes. Okay, excellent. So you'll see Fred back there who's not going to be doing the scrolling, but is going to be giving us some direction, and Andy and Dan who are going to help us make this happen this evening. So go get gloves, and let's get it started. What do you think? Yes. Simchat Torah. Woo! How good to be together, huh? I feel so grateful. So Mara and Bella, you won't need gloves, right? So you'll be in charge of sitting here. If you're watching at home, we hope you could hear the klezmer and hope you can hear me. I'm so glad you're joining us. Hi.
I heard a quote in the last week that I wanted to share with you because
Okay.
to me it's the most beautiful thing.
Can it be later?
Sure. I just can't wait 2 seconds. Is that one?
Okay, ready.
On Simchat Torah,
Yeah.
the Torah scrolls want to dance. We give them. Yeah.
Outside, if you have not, or you are of older than bar bat mitzvah age, perhaps is the way to say that, and you'd like to help us carry the Torah scroll. If not, you're welcome to come in through and watch the tour. Yes, you're in the middle. Well, how are you going to find your portion if you're not in the middle? You can't do it from the outside. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, Becky, let's hand the Torah to Fred. Or not to Fred. Let's hand the Torah to me. Yeah, that's the one. Mm-hmm. No, we're gonna. I just need this. Perfect. All right. Will you hand? Oh, you'll hand it to Andy. That's perfect, actually. Andy is right with you. Here we go. All right. Mm-hmm.
Who's unrolling this? I know Dan and I are supposed to be rolling, but
You hear Fred, okay? If you can't hear Fred, thank you. If you can go help fill in the hole bit in front of the bima, it looks like there's a lot of people there, but it's just kids, so can I ask you all to meet me right here? Come meet me right here. Yes, excellent. You are allowed to what? No, you're not touching the Torah today. Okay, great, perfect, excellent. Okay, Fred, what do you need? What do we think? A little hole in the front here. Yep. So if people want to help with the Torah, that would be excellent. Help to hold.
Front center, there's a hole.
Oh, there. Okay, Rita's going too. Perfect.
Okay, just stop on the dot there.
Bella.
The dots are my approximation of the minimum we need to
Hi,
support
Ed.
the scroll.
Good
When you
Yontif.
hold the scroll, you will be holding one hand high, one hand low. They will be in front of you in line. You're not holding like this. You're not holding like this. You're holding one high, one low,
Excellent.
so that there's support for the scroll right in front of you. I will try to tell you when it's okay to release your hold. They need you to be holding on to it so that when they're rolling the scroll, there's a little bit of tension, not too much, but there's a little bit of tension. If you feel like it's really pulling out of your hands, feel free to take a small step forward to take some tension off the scroll, because we don't want to tear it. It does not tear easily, but if you pull really hard, it will tear. For the kids in the middle, you can't go jumping under it. You can't try to do anything over it, or you don't want to touch it, because it's delicate enough that you could damage it, and that would be bad.
Yeah.
So you just watch the rabbi, keep a safe distance, but you should be able to be close enough to see everything the rabbi needs to show you.
Excellent. What are the rules if you are under bar or bat mitzvah age? What are the rules? Tell me what the rules are while we do this. Marley, give me one. Don't touch the Torah. Correct. What's the other one?
Don't lick the Torah.
Oh, well, don't lick the Torah. Feels like don't touch the Torah, right? Don't go under. Don't go underneath, right? Or over. Over feels like a stretch, but don't do that either, I guess, right? I know you could, but please don't. So we're going to ask you not to go underneath because it's really fragile, right? And because even if you see your parent and you're like, yeah, my mom, whoa, she's holding the Torah, it's so exciting. Please contain your excitement, or say that in the middle of the circle like this. That will be perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the Torah out. Becky's got it over there, and we're going to start. I'm so glad you all are here. If you don't know your neighbor next to you, who you're holding the Torah next to and doing this mitzvah with, introduce yourself. Say hello. Make a friend. Okay.
Your parents know each other.
Becky, are you okay carrying that? Okay.
The office manager has told me not to take pictures. She's never seen such a thing. So I don't want to disappoint the office manager.
Okay, well, hold please. It's so close, though. It's so close. Perfect. Do not pick it up again. Rachel, make sure she does not pick it up again. Hi, I'm Rabbi Alicia. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Hi. You got a question?
Which is the front?
What is the front of the Torah? Ooh, where does the Torah begin, friends? Is that your question? Where does it start? To start counting. Well, the thing is, we have to start. Are we starting from the front or the back today?
Back.
We're starting from the back, right? Because at Yom Kippur and this last week, we've read the last 2 Torah portions of the year, and then we have to re-roll. But you will know. How will Hudson know it's the beginning of the Torah? How will Hudson know? When it ends or begins, that's true. How will Hudson know? There's a special secret. The first word in the Torah is Bereshit, and it has a giant. What does Bereshit sound like? It starts with B. What letter? Bet. It has a giant bet, and you'll know. That was excellent Hebrew, my friend. Yes, you'll know. You'll know. So we are starting from the very end. Are you ready for the beginning of the tour as it gets unscrolled? Are you ready? Here we go. Follow me, not too close and not too far. Here we go. Come on over. We're going to read the very last 2 sentences of the Torah today. So will you join me in the blessing for Torah reading, which is Baruch Hu et Adonai Hamvorach, Baruch Adonai Hamvorach leolam va'ed, Baruch ata Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher rabanu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. Okay, so this is the very last. How do I know it's the end? Is there any more letters over there? No. Okay, ready? Velokam navid od b'Yisrael k'Moshe asher yodu Adonai panim el panim. לכל האותות המופתים אשר שלחו אדוני לעשות בארץ מצרים לפרעה ולכל עבדיו ולכל ארצו. Here's the last verse of the Torah. Ready? ולכל היד החזקה ולכל המורה הגדול אשר עשה משה לעיני כל ישראל. And then we're going to say, we say the words that when we finish the book of Torah, we say chazak. Try that. Chazak. Chazak. V'nit chazek. May we be strong, and may we strengthen each other. So now, what we're going to do at the very end is we're going to read the beginning. So we'll have to do the blessing at the very end. Don't let me forget. That's your job now. Okay, so we're going backwards, right? So here we have V'zodcha bracha. This is Moses' last words to the people, right? What, you have a question already? Don't point. Oh, giant hay. That's a good question. I don't have the answer to that. I'm going to look it up and tell you. Ready? Okay, so, here's something else, Mara. Do you see these little dots? Those excellent are telling us, they're giving us an extra emphasis on this word. But there's something really important in here. Here we go. This is the book of Deuteronomy, which we'll see. There's all of this is Moses' last words to the people. Moses is saying, okay, everybody, here's what we've learned in the desert the last wanderings, right? And Moses, remind me who's Moses? Remind me. Ready.
The people who lived
Raised by Pharaoh and helped the people do what?
escape.
Through the desert. Yep, you're right. Escape through the desert. Yep. Okay. All right, here's something really important. Here's our first, we're going backwards, right? We're at the end of Deuteronomy. Okay, once again, not underneath, please. Yes, what do you see here? Big, I'm about to tell you that. What prayer is this? Ada, what prayer is this? Do you see? It's one that we do often.
Shema?
It starts with a shin. It's Shema, right? And it has a big ayin and a big dalet, which spell aid. It means witness. And then do you see V'ahavta starts right here? That's why I keep saying like aid, like Ada, I guess, sure. And V'ahavta means, don't point please, V'ahavta, the beginning of V'ahavta is, and you shall love. So we're going to say, we're going to sing Shema together. Ready? We're going to sing Shema together. Ready? Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. That's what's in the Torah. And then it says, Ve'ata. So I know what you're asking me. Rabbi, why do we do that second line of Shema if that's not in the Torah too? The answer is because we love call and response in Judaism, right? So we're saying here are the words of Shema that have sustained our people for generations. Shema is about oneness, right? The oneness of who? Of God, of us, of everything, right? And so all these words, it talks all about how you are supposed to love God and teach them to your children, all these things, right? Okay, so that's here in Deuteronomy. What's next that you notice?
I noticed that this looks weird.
This looks weird, correct. This does look weird. This is a reiteration of the Ten Commandments, and the Ten Commandments are in the Torah twice, but this is the reiteration. And this says, Lo tirtzach, lo tignov, do not steal, do not rob, do not lie, honor your parents, kabed et avicha v'et imecha, honor your mother and father, honor Shabbat. It's all in there, all 10 of them. You have a question, ready?
Why is I'm not going to touch it, but why
This,
is there that?
so
I know,
this
that's what I
this
like.
looks like there was a mistake,
Oh.
and so they were able to redo it. Interesting, right? What? They don't have to do the whole Torah. Do you see that there are panels, right? So the panels mean that they can take it out if they have to, or they can cover it depending on. It's possible also that the parchment was scratched through, or because this is parchment, which is animal skin. So
Can you make sure the
here we go. Ready? All right, we're going to keep going. Here's the beginning of Devarim, Deuteronomy. How do I know this is the beginning of a book?
Because look, because there's those spaces.
There's a spaces. How many spaces, how many lines do you think? Careful.
1, 2, 3, 5.
5 lines. Correct. Excellent. Oh, okay. All right. Here we go. Ready? Here we go.
2 steps back.
Here we go. Hold on. Good. Hey, now we are in the book of what comes before Deuteronomy. Devarim, what comes before Deuteronomy? Bamidbar, which is the book of Numbers, right? The book of Numbers is the, there's a lot, yeah, we're going backwards because we just finished reading the end of the Torah portion, the last Torah portion over the last 2 weeks, so now we have to go backwards so we can re-roll it. That's part.
When did we read the Torah portion?
We read it on Shabbat.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Hello, glad you're here. Thank you so much. This is the book of Numbers. It's all of like, how do we count the people that were in the desert with us and who was there?
I have a question.
You have a question.
How do you know if a book starts, if the book ends at the bottom of a page?
The book does not ever end at the bottom of a page. Yeah. Okay, ready. Wait, hold on. You got a question. I'm ready.
How do you know how to read those words?
How do I know how to read those words? Well, I went to graduate school for 6 years, and then before that I went to undergraduate school for 4 years, and then before that I was in Hebrew school from the time I was a baby. So it's taken me a lot of work. The answer is it's taken decades and decades, and you'll learn them too. Right? I mean, can I get a nod of affirmation that's true? Yes. Yeah. You have a question. Ready? Here we go.
Why is there like a line right there?
Oh, this is a line. So some of the letters are bigger than others. What Bella has found, if you can't see, is a giant resh. A giant resh because the letters have to end. Do you see how it's all equal? It's called justified if you know about type fonts, which you may or may not, right? They're all equal. So sometimes they have to make the letters a little bigger so they can all reach the same ending point. Yes, ready. Okay. Yeah, some of them have flourishes, right? The letters. Yes, some of them have crowns. They're called keter, or crowns, right? That's like a decoration. It says like, oh, this is special, right? The Torah is not, what's missing from the Torah? What's missing from the Torah?
Punctuation.
Punctuation.
Also vowels.
And vowels, right? So anything that we can find in the Torah to help us locate ourselves is really important. Okay, we're going to keep going. Ready? Here we go. We're in the book of Numbers. We're in the book of Numbers.
Yay.
Okay, here's something really cool. Oh, Becky, you got a great spot. Okay. All right, come on over. Can you see where Becky's standing? If not, fill in over here. You have a question.
Why are there these things?
Oh, I missed the upside down nuns. Thank you so much.
What?
Upside down nuns. Do you see them? There are nuns that are upside down. Oh, Rabbi, upside down nuns, what's that about? Well, let me tell you. In here it says, Vayhivim so Aharon, Vayomer Moshe, Tuma Adonai, Veyafutsu Oivecha, Veyanusu Mesanecha Mipanecha. Right? This is, right? Thank you. Thank you. This is what I wanted. Thank you so much. Right? So these words mean, this is literally a covenant that God traveled in front of the people to seek out a resting place. It's literally, it's supposed to be the representation of the covenant, of the tabernacle that carried, right? Okay, you have another question. Ready?
Why are there little sprouty sprouts?
Sprouty sprouts? Well, the keter, the crowns, they're like decoration, like I was talking about.
Oh.
Okay, Becky, here we go. This is something that's written, everybody do this. If you don't have your hands on your Torah, if you have hands on Torah, don't do this. This is, what do you recognize this from? Star Trek, right? Live long and prosper. But also, this is from, Leonard Nimoy got this from the Torah. As you can see, this is a blessing. This is the priestly blessing, the priestly benediction that allows us to, and it's in this shape. And that was the blessing that the priests gave to the people. And we say it too. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. We say that all the time, right? Thank you, Becky. We're going to keep it moving. Hi. Hello. Okay, what have I found? Friends, what have I found? A new book? Do you want to count from the beginning? You can. You want to count from the beginning? You can.
Count from what? Like
Oh.
third, right? How many?
Yeah,
third or
if you want.
third or fourth?
Well, also, you don't have to, Hudson. We can put it together. Okay. This is the beginning of Bamidbar, the beginning of the book of Numbers, the beginning of the wandering in Sinai. Okay, here we go. Now, we have hit Vayikra. Vayikra is Leviticus. Leviticus is all about what? Do you remember? Rules and sacrifices. Rules and sacrifices. Okay, do you see how the Torah is leaning out like this? So you got to be a little farther away. Yeah, perfect. That's a great question. We haven't looked and we could.
What are those signs for?
So I don't remember what it was off the top of my head.
I know it's Korah.
Oh, it was Korach. That's right. It was in it's in Bamidbar, so we passed it. Sorry, bud. You'll catch them. We'll catch them on the next one. So this is the book of Leviticus. Is all about rules that were made for the temple that now we don't use quite so much. But it's all about, I believe. Let's see. This is about who can be a priest in the temple, who's in charge in the temple, all of these different things that I think are really important. Oh, there's your dad. Don't yes. All right. Okay, we're gonna keep going. Ready, friends?
I have a question.
You have a question. All right.
What are the spaces for?
What are the spaces for? The spaces, because remember before we said that there's no vowels or, right, so the spaces help us navigate where in the Torah we are. Okay, something interesting is happening here.
Another book.
Another book, and what's different about this word? What do you see, Bella? Okay, what's different about this word specifically?
Is that a vowel?
It is an aleph, and is it giant or tiny?
Tiny.
It's tiny. This is Vayikra. This is the beginning of the book of Leviticus, and it starts with this tiny aleph. Okay, don't touch. Do you see it? Everybody see? Isn't that awesome? Yeah, tiny aleph. There's a lot of interpretations as to why the aleph is small. To me, I think there's something to be said about how we see God's face in everybody. Also, it could have been a typo that was once put in there, and then every single person who copied it after that did that same thing. Okay. Now, hello. We're in. Okay, Hudson. I believe we're close by. Yes. Oh, sweet. Okay. Let's see. Hello. Hi, Shira.
Hi.
Hello, Shira. By 10. Okay, so we're looking for Hudson's Torah portion, which is Ki Tisa. Very interesting Torah portion. But I believe...
Here's a train.
What do you start with? What's your first words?
Mara, be careful.
Yep. Okay. All right. Keep looking. More. Re'eh, Karati, Beshem.
What are you looking for?
We're looking for Hudson's Torah portion. We know it's right around here. We may not find it this time, but it's right in this panel, in these two panels. Okay, keep looking, and then if you find it, give us a holler. Okay. Hi, hello, how's it going? Okay, so we have come to the 10 Commandments again.
Yay!
Okay, what book, do you remember what book the first version of the 10 Commandments was in?
No.
No, you don't remember. Does anybody remember? You ready? Remember which one? It was the very last one, which is called Deuteronomy. Correct. Do you see it? Do you see the word lo? Yeah. Mara, do you see? Look and see the word lo.
Yeah.
What does the word lo mean? No. It means no. So it means don't. Don't steal. Don't lie. Don't covet your neighbor's wife, etc. The Aser Hadibrot, the 10 Commandments, we read them often, but they're not the only rules. They're just 10 of the rules of many. Hi, Mary. Oh, hi.
There's
Hello.
actually 316.
613. You're so close. You got the numbers backwards. 613 mitzvot in the Torah, right? Okay. Hi, Susan. Okay. You have a question. Is it about why this looks weird? Okay. All right. If you are following the Torah tour, you could come on through. If you don't have Torah in your hands anymore, and you can raise your hand and say that you helped to write this Torah scroll. Don't raise your hand if you're holding the Torah, Susan. If you're not holding the Torah, in the Torah we have, this is Shira's Torah portion actually over here. This is this is where we find Micha Mocha. This is called the Song of the Sea. And do you see that it looks different? what does it look like? Does it look like people crossing through the the sides of the water?
yes,
Right.
Kind of maze, like
Kind of, yeah, like a maze, right? So this is Shira's Torah portion. And if you wrote in this Torah, if you helped us write this Torah, your letters are in here. I know the Amsteins I know Andy put letters in here. This Torah is so cool because we wrote it together. I mean, by we, I mean you all, before me. And if you look behind where Damon's standing on the wall is when you write a Torah, you have to write it from beginning to end. Those are the rules. So the scribe wrote it from beginning to end. She was one of the first female scribes ever, which I think is amazing. And then once she wrote it from beginning to end, we took out this panel and put in the panel that people helped to write. And then the panel that we took out is sitting on the wall. Correct. Here we go. We're going to keep it moving. Ready? Oh, this part, excellent. Where the beginning of Ve'ela Shmot? These are the names, right? And this is the beginning of the story of Exodus. What's the big? Oh, careful, friends. What's the big story in the book of Exodus? It's the. It's from what holiday? Passover, and it's the story of. Yes. The story of Moses and how the Passover, etc. Now we have reached the beginning book. This is the book of Bereshit, and it is the very beginning book. These are the days of creation. Also, Shabbat is in this book. And the stories of all of our ancestors, the very beginning of how things started, it's all in this book. And when we get to the very beginning, Hudson, you were asking, how do you know where the beginning is? Here we go. It's because Maura Jan... Big bet. Maura Jan is holding it, right? So I'm going to chant this little bit now that we're at the beginning. Are you ready? All right, let's see. This is the first day of creation. This is the very beginning of the story. Ready? Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz ve'haaretz haya tohu vavohu ve'hoshech al pnei tahom ve'al pnei hatachom ve'ruach Elohim merachefet al pnei hamayim. Vayomer Elohim yeh or. And God said, "Let there be light," and Yehieh or, there was light. Vayehi or, Vayar Elohim et haor ki tov, and God saw the light and said that it was good. Ki tov. Vayavdel Elohim bein or uvein choshech vayikra Elohim leor yom, and God called the light day. Ve'choshech kara laila. Wait, hold on. Don't. I'm not. Hold on. Okay. Vayhi erev vayhi voker yom echad. And it was evening and it was morning, the first day. We've reached the beginning of the Torah, my friends. Okay, so we're going to say the blessing after reading the Torah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. To Fred and Dan and Andy, I want to say to all of you, Yasher Koach, thank you for putting this together for us. Are you okay to carry this? Okay. You have a question. Marley has a question. Ready? Right. Will it matter if the sides are even? So the sides aren't even until we reach the middle of the book of Leviticus, right? Because we're reading from this side of the scroll or this side of the scroll, depending on where we are. The middle of the book of Leviticus is the middle of the Torah, and that's when it gets to be even. All right. You got a question. Ready?
So unravel it so it's just right.
Yeah.
If somebody's more about missing,
How do you do? So the answer is I do it ahead of time, not in front of people where it's the sweatiest part of my job. And I use a book called a Tikkun that helps me locate where we are in the Tanakh, in the Torah. Hi, you have a question.
Why don't we just have a book?
Why don't we just have a book? That's a great question. What do you think the answer to that is, Dr. David?
I don't know the answer.
The answer is because once we start doing things as Jews, that's the way we do things. but also we do have books. They're called Tanakh, and they have all the sections, but it's expensive to have a Torah scroll in your house. So it's really, you can have a book without having a scroll, so you can still learn.
Miss Rabbi, can I take off one of them?
Nope. Okay, so friends, here's what's gonna happen next. What's gonna happen next is the following. We are gonna do hakafot, or circles, with the Torahs. It's okay. It's okay. You're doing a great job at shushing everybody. It's okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to celebrate. As I said before, if you didn't hear me, if you can hear me, clap once. If you can hear me, clap twice. Okay. So what we're going to do now is hakafot, which means circles. We have to do at least 7. That's the rules of Simchat Torah. 7 is how many days of creation. How many days of creation are there? It's not a trick. I just said it already. So 7 days of creation, 7 of completion, right? This idea is that we're going to do 7. So Jan is over there by the Torahs with Becky, and we're going to do some passing out and dancing with the Torahs. Please get a chance to do. There's little Torahs, there's big Torahs. If you want to do just one circle and sit, if you want to watch. The idea tonight, as I mentioned before, is we are in celebration mode. We know a lot is coming. We don't know what the future is going to hold for us, but we are so grateful that this Simchat Torah 2 years later, as we're feeling this relief and this togetherness, we are dancing for joy with all of our siblings in Israel and holding all of those people close, praying for renewal, praying for peace. So we're going to start dancing. And we're going to get the plushy Torahs out for smaller people, and we're going to hear the klezmer band. So make sure you get a chance to go around, and if you don't have a Torah and you need it, we're also going to change the covers. So you may need to pull over to the side for a pit stop, a literal pit stop. All right, are we ready? All right, Gesundheit.
along. Ya da da ya da da ya da 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 da. Hey, ya da da ya da da ya da 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 da. Let's hear you. Ya da 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 ya da 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 da. Hey, ya da 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 da. Keep it going. Ya da da ya da da ya da 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 da. Hey. Last round through. Last time to get the Torah. Wow, that was good. Yeah, we'll continue a little bit.
To everybody for making this such a joyous evening. Thank you to Gesundheit for their beautiful music. The Torahs are now going away so we can eat. So we're going to say the blessing together. May this food sustain us, carry us to the next holiday. May it be only in joy that we join together to eat. Ready? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lachem min haaretz. Chag Sameach, everybody!
All right, back to the set list. Yeah. Do we need a breather? How are we doing? We all right? Sure.
Everybody breathing?
We're all right. What? I did.
Is he asleep?
He's getting sleepy. It's not new medication. Don't play so loud. Just play but not as loud. There is generally. Yeah. We're good? We're ready to go? 1, 2, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, a little bit. All right. That's you. All right, Liberté. Whenever you're ready, Dave.
Zoe, put that man. Can we take that back? We'll do one more. What do we want to end on? Rusishi share is probably a good one to end on, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Yaha Uni, you pick.
Thank you. Thank you, Shir Tikva. Thank you, Rabbi. Happy Simchat Torah. Happy congratulations, Rabbi, on the end of the high holidays. She gets a nap. She gets a nap. There we go. Thank you for being such a great audience. It was great parading around with you. We are Gesundheit. We are available for weddings, bar mitzvahs, brisses, quinceañeras. So thank you for having us. It's great to be. We love coming home here to Simchat Torah, and we'd love to be back again next year. So thank you.